Hey guys, I might have briefly discussed this already, but I have three construction projects for this space, and they serve two purposes. One of them is kind of to, and by the way, I want to do two out of three of those construction projects this winter, and then hopefully the prior winter, I'll have time to do the other one and maybe some new ones. But there are two sort of reasons for them. A, I want to utilize the space that we have here, and there's a ton of space up above this. And I can't just, I don't know if some of you might not know, but you can't walk on these. These are just hanging ceilings, essentially. And I'll show you that really quickly here. You see, there's a ton of space, and I want to utilize it. And then the next two projects are that for clients and for people to remember this place as something unique. If they remember this place, then they will, it'll perpetuate into the world, into word of mouth naturally and truly, because sometimes people are like, oh, it's word of mouth. But if you're just a random place with nothing memorable, people are not going to spread the word, right? Spread the word of event rental place. Sounds like a kind of a religious thing, but I'm serious. You need something to kind of tie them to this place. And so I wanted to do two unique things. I've already mentioned this before, I think in one random video, but I wanted to make the washroom nice, and I wanted to make a little kind of cool climbing wall, bouldering wall. It's more for show, because if people are really using it, they might get hurt. So it's more for show, so people be like, oh, that's really cool. And it's like, yeah, we're just have it for employees. And maybe, if you do some climbing, you can kind of try it out or something. Maybe I'll buy some padding for the floor there so that people don't get, hurt. I don't know. Maybe I'll have them sign a waiver. I don't know. Anyway, and I actually got some of it kind of done now. I know it's not that great looking. It looks better, I would argue, in real life, and it's kind of in a neat place. Like you kind of turn the corner when you come in, and then there's a little, let me get a good angle here. There's a little wall. It's more like a bouldering wall than a climbing wall, although it gets pretty high up there. It's that's 8 feet per plywood sheet, so that's 12 feet high to the very top there, to the rim. And I'm gonna obviously add more holds. Right now, there's just I just grabbed a few from Amazon, but I'm gonna add a bunch of different holds, like different colors. So actually, maybe if it's really, I do want to kind of get my grip strength. I do a very little amount of climbing, so this will give me an excuse to kind of train, right? My grip strength, and it's fun. It's good exercise, and it's kind of entertaining. So that's a little climbing wall. And you know what? Take a look. I kind of made, it's another angle here. You come through. And it's in a weird shape. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of cutting it out. It's made out of pallets, and I'll show you that in a second. And I'm kind of cutting it out because the plywood extends beyond the pallets into some kind of interesting shape. I might make like a tree out of it and even have it painted, so it's kind of like a cool tree. I don't know, right? But take a look. So basically, it's made out of pallets. And so people would argue like, oh, it's not, it's extending, but it's solid and in place. I'll show you this little clip here. Anyways, really briefly, check this out. So this is how I'm securing it, okay? And these are concrete bolts, okay? Because I can't just screw it into even with this, it won't hold the entire unit in place. But with these concrete bolts, sort of put through the pallets like that on both sides, I'm putting them there and there. Then it won't, it's not going anywhere, if that makes sense. I'll show you the finished product here right now. And you see what I mean? It's solid. There's essentially these 2x4s that are going between the pallet, and they're bolted. This is a cinder block wall, and it's bolted to that wall, and it snugs the whole pallet in evenly, so that you get each bolt was rated for 3,700 pounds. So I would argue these are extremely snug. Plus, we're screwing the plywood in, And the holds themselves are screwed in. And I've literally tried to place the holds where the joists of the pallets are, if that makes sense. So they're really in place in the strongest points. There's going to be a couple that won't be on the joist, that might just be on the boards, but most of them are in an extremely solid place. Because I know I had a friend that was like all concerned about it, right? I mean, if you're concerned, no, I mean, you know, it's a valid concern, but you can hold elephants off of this. Elephants, okay? Again, I was climbing up a bit and kind of having fun, and I actually fell off and like hit the wall and fell backwards. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'll put some padding down here, order some or something that can be quickly moved when we need the space. But yeah, just wanted to make something unique so that people will remember it. And the last thing, did I mention it in this video? I kind of forget now, but I wanted to make the washroom look good. So if clients use the washroom, they're like, wow, your washroom is epic. I wanted to like put tile, put some music in there. And I think that's the second thing I'll do this summer, because that's going to be quite the project to make that space usable. And as you can see now, the washroom is just a regular industrial crappy washroom. My buddy was joking around that this was the improvement. He's like, you told me you're gonna make the washroom nice, and then I see this, and I'm like, yeah, it's not over. It's gonna be, you know, I'm actually gonna put as much more effort into that, more money into that than the climbing wall. Because I made the climbing wall out of pallets, all I had to buy is a few screws. Most of them I actually already had, and the plywood. The plywood, I tried to get nice sanded plywood, so that was $180. But again, I'm not gonna argue. My kids drew that, so ignore that. We might make that a bit better, or just have that as the fun drawing wall. So like, if kids are running around here while their parents are loading up, then they can just have fun and just draw randomly on the wall. Kids love doing that. Anyway, so yeah, cool climbing wall. I just got these holds off Amazon. I think I mentioned that. And I gotta find some more. I think I saw some good ones at Mech. Here, I don't know if they have that in the States. Here in Canada, there's a popular like outdoor store. It's called Mountain Equipment Co-op. Yeah, you can get all sorts of climbing stuff, biking stuff. It's a pretty neat store. Anyways, guys, sub to the channel if you're new. And let me know what you think about this climbing wall. Is it ridiculous? Is it cool? I'll talk to you soon. Let's get some business done. Let's make some money. See you later.